You know the overwhelm that you get when you have a to-do list that's a mile long? Yeah, that feeling. The overwhelm that comes with feeling the need to accomplish all the things and not find any time for yourself. Well, I know what it's like to feel overwhelmed with all the tasks that need to be completed in order to get to those creative projects being done. The stuckness that comes with not seeing things through and then beating yourself up about not getting it done. I'm here to tell you it's not laziness, and it has nothing to do with not doing enough. Hi, I'm Fola, and I love mentoring ambitious creatives into their bigness. Having stepped into the world of creativity by sharing music, writing, and film after leaving my 13-year career as a psychiatric nurse, I'm here to tell you that it is never too late to start. And today, I'm going to share my number one tip to better time management, productivity, and getting shit done when it comes to your creative projects. Ever have those nights where you're laying in bed reflecting on all the things that you didn't do in your day? That used to be me. Instead of being in the flow, which really is the ideal space for any creator to find themselves in so that they can continue to receive the inspiration from spirit, or aka the universe, I would be in the state of anxiety and panic, worrying and planning for the next day so that I could catch a break and not drown, wondering, how was I going to get everything done in time for Thursday's scheduled release of my latest video? How was I going to finish those 1,000 words of my writing goal in this next week? And how was I going to finish laying down that melody for the next song in my queue of tasks? I kicked myself in the butt for not being consistent. Consistency is being preached on every corner on YouTube. The idea that work harder, hustle, be the best you can be by showing up every day, even if you're in quarantine with some godforsaken illness like Ebola virus or whatever it might be. And I felt the burnout and I felt discouraged. And what made matters worse is I felt like a failure. How was I going to ever prove myself as a creator if I couldn't even get things done? Well, that all changed one day while I laid in bed in scrutinizing pain because of a migraine. Instead of resting, I was looking at the analytics of the channel, the numbers of views, the engagement I had been hoping for, and then it dawned on me. Why am I overworking all the time? This is clearly only leading to more suffering and isn't doing anything for the channel, or most importantly, for me. I realized that hard work, overproductivity, putting all this pressure on myself to create was not going to serve me, and it definitely wasn't getting me further along the path of my creative projects. In fact, I would say it was hindering them. I would create to-do lists that sat untouched, gathering dust on my desk. I wasn't finishing projects that had initially sparked this sense of creative inspiration inside me. And I was allowing myself to get distracted by unimportant things. So as I lay in bed on that day, my head pounding and my stomach twisting and turning with nausea, I realized it was time to put a stop to this madness. Stop proving, stop trying so hard, and stop aiming for some elusive finish line. I put my phone down and exchanged it for my mindfold, closed my eyes, and took a moment to tune inside. I took a breath. I realized that getting shit done could be easy. I could create while feeling a sense of accomplishment and remaining present on the journey. It was about bringing balance into my life. And I realized the truth about what Nikola Tesla said about the law 369, the secret key to the universe. It really hit home for me because one of my teachers had recently introduced me to this concept of the Enneagram and how there needs to be a balance between these 3 points. I started to see that in life there is this process of active movement, passive movement, and neutral existence, being, and that all of nature exists in this way. That it was my job as a creator to embody this key and bring it back to the 3. These 3 states of being are the key to finding your flow and accomplishing the things you need to on your journey. First is the active principle. This is about doing the work, sitting down to paint, picking up the instrument, or writing those 1,000 words of your day. This is the masculine energy of creation, the force. It's about setting up appropriate space and time to work on tasks. Some great ways that I've found helpful to do this is to have a dedicated space to work, whether it's a co-working space or your personal home office corner. You could even use an app like Flow Pro or other Pomodoro timers to help you with your time management and really stay in a structure. I'm talking here about minimizing distractions. Let me show you another secret. Yes, you can cut out the distractions of incessant texts and notifications on your phone that only pull you out of focusing on what is actually important to you, your creative projects. You know yourself best. Carve out the time and space that works for you. Don't go work in a space that's distracting. I'm talking to you, dear one, the one watching this on their laptop in a cafe, avoiding doing the work. You can't hide anymore. The second principle, passive. This is about learning, taking in inspiration, and absorbing structured details through courses, podcasts, videos, etc. Allow yourself to absorb information, ideas, teachings, and knowledge, because all of this is meant to inform your action steps and the understanding it takes when it comes to breathing life into creative projects. This is where it can help to take that class on a new painting technique that you've been curious about, or perhaps watching a handful of videos on marketing for musicians. Whatever it is, allow yourself to be in the receptive mode. The third principle, neutral. This one has been the hardest for me personally. It's not often that we're told to just do nothing, to just be. We're trained to look at our reality in terms of duality. Neutral, this state reminds us of the third, the space in which everything coexists. This is where you carve out time to be in neutral flow, doing nothing, not taking in new information, not recording 10 new takes to get it right. It's about being in the present. Some examples are going for a walk, journaling, meditating, meeting a friend for coffee, working out, going on a road trip, anything where you're practicing presence. In the book, The Artist's Way, Julia Cameron encourages neutral practices such as the daily pages, which is a journaling process where you write about 3 to 4 pages a day, and also taking daily walks. She also encourages you to take yourself on a date, giving yourself the gift of experiencing new sights and sounds. This is great for developing new neural pathways. My go-tos are taking a relaxing walk by the river, journaling first thing in the morning, and getting my hands in warm, soapy water. The main thing with both neutral and passive states I've found is the need to consciously carve out the time to include them. And as a recovering workaholic, I will say it has required a new level of discipline and dedication to my craft, but I think I finally got the hang of it, and I've definitely seen an increase in my ability to create higher quality content, find the time to work on the many different projects my heart desires to, and to feel more at ease. No more burnout for me. I'm seeing that by consciously dividing up my days where I spend time working in these 3 areas or these 3 principles, I'm better able to show up for the hard work when it's needed and to be able to actually enjoy the downtimes instead of being in my head about what needs to get done. I feel like the creator I was meant to be, one who's in flow, one who responds to life because she wants to, not because someone else is telling her how she needs to be or should be. It's freeing and it's empowering. And I believe everyone, even you, can access the same transformation by simply choosing to access these 3 states every day. It doesn't mean my day is robotic and structured throughout all 3 of these states every day. It means that when I'm noticing I'm becoming too active, I'll consciously choose neutral or passive or some combination of same. It's about balance. So I'm curious, what state do you primarily function in? And let me know in the comments. And remember, all you need to do is be willing to choose greater. If you are a creator who's ready to fuck the blocks that are keeping you trapped in the daily grind and overwork, I invite you to sign up for my free 5 days to unleash your creativity challenge, where you'll get daily insights delivered to your inbox, and you can release the blocks to your creative potential and embrace your genius. You can find the link for this in the description below. And until then, folks, happy balancing, happy creating, and